My name is Ayla. I am a filmmaker. When people see my films, they see war, loss, and the silent faces of people who survive. But what they do not see is the heart behind my work. That heart belongs to Omar. This is not only my story, it is his story too. And it is a love story, a tragic one. I met Omar in Kabul. He was a journalist, always carrying his small black camera. His eyes were soft, but they carried the weight of things he had seen. I was young, with dreams larger than my courage. He believed in truth. I believed in him. That was enough. He taught me how to hold a camera. "Steady hands," he said once, his own hands guiding mine. I laughed because my fingers were shaking. He smiled, and for a moment, the world outside disappeared. From then on, the lens became my second eye. I saw what he saw. I followed him everywhere, and slowly, without words, we fell in love. Our love was never spoken in long sentences. It was in the way he carried extra batteries for me, or how I cleaned the dust from his lenses. It was in the silence of late nights, editing footage, drinking weak tea, and sharing a blanket when the power went out. One day, he told me, "We must go to Safi Mountain. No one reports from there. The world must know." His voice was calm, but I felt the danger in his words. I wanted to refuse. My heart screamed to stay in Kabul, but his conviction was stronger than my fear, and I could never let him go alone. We packed our bags, 2 cameras, notebooks, a few clothes. I remember how the sky was so blue the morning we left. The bus was crowded. Women carried baskets of bread. Children pressed their faces to the window. Men whispered prayers. We were all traveling roads that had seen too much blood. The further we went, the quieter the land became. The villages looked tired. The mountains stood tall, silent witnesses. When we reached Safi, we stayed in a small mud house with a family. They gave us bread and tea. The children laughed at my clumsy dari. For a few hours, I forgot the shadows waiting on the road. The next day, Omar insisted we visit the hills. He wanted footage of the destroyed school and the burned wheat fields. "These are the things the world ignores," he said. I followed him, though fear sat heavy in my stomach. My heart beat faster with every step. Then it happened. The sound of gunfire cracked the air. Echoes bounced between the rocks. My legs froze. Dust rose around us. Omar pulled me down behind a stone wall. His face was calm, too calm. He whispered, "Run when I say." But I could not. I held his arm tight. "No," I whispered back. He looked at me, his eyes softer than ever. In them, I saw love and goodbye. The gunfire grew louder. Shadows moved in the distance. Omar lifted his camera. He filmed. Even then, in the storm of bullets, he filmed. His hands did not shake. His voice did not tremble. He was doing what he was born to do. "Go, Ayla," he said, pushing me away. My heart shattered. I begged him, but he shook his head. Someone must carry this truth. Someone must live. I ran. Tears blinded me. My body moved without thought, stumbling down rocky paths, hiding behind broken walls. Behind me, I heard the endless sound of shots, and then silence. Silence heavier than death. I never saw Omar again. I never saw his body. Only his camera was found, broken, but holding his last footage. When I held it in my hands, I felt his touch. The images were blurred, chaotic, filled with dust and fear. But they were real. His final gift to me and to the world. I returned to Kabul alone. My heart was hollow, but my hands carried his mission. I edited the footage. I showed the truth. The world saw what he died for, but no one knew the price. No one knew the love buried in that mountain. Years passed. I became a filmmaker. People call me brave. They call me strong. But they do not see the nights I wake screaming. They do not see me whisper his name into the dark. Omar is in every frame I shoot. He is in the silence between words. At the end of every film, I write the same line. For Omar, who never put the camera down. People ask me about it. I only smile. How could they understand? It is not just a dedication. It is a confession. It is my heart carved in words. Sometimes I dream of him. In my dreams, we are back in Kabul. He holds the camera, and I hold his hand. We walk streets filled with noise, children running, sellers shouting. The air smells of bread and dust, and for a moment, there is no war, no gunfire, just us. But then I wake. The bed is cold. The room is empty. And I remember, love can survive war, but sometimes lovers cannot. Still, I keep filming. Because if I stop, his sacrifice becomes nothing. And I cannot allow that. His love gave me strength. His death gave me purpose. I owe him my life and my voice. This is my story. This is Omar's story. A story of love, war, and loss. A story that began with a camera and ended on a mountain. A story I will carry until my last breath. And when people ask me why I do what I do, I only say, because Omar believed the truth must live, and so must I.